this is BBC News Broadcasting. I'm Mackenzie Hardnibrig.
And I'm Emily Gartrell. Just yesterday, we received news that a mysterious catalyst of water, Ice 9, is in the hands of both the government of San Lorenzo as well as the Soviet Union.
As you may know, Ice 9 was created by Dr. Felix Honecker, a deceased father of the atomic bomb. The Marines presented Dr. Honecker with the task of making an element that could turn mud into solid ground, allowing the troops to move through mud-covered land with ease.
Now, on to our fun fact of the day. Honecker actually had more interest in turtles than he did atom bombs and would fiddle with Ice 9 in his sink. Oddly childish for a nuclear scientist. Isn't that fascinating?
Very! Accounts from Honecker's children reveal how absent-minded he was as a father, too.
Why not hear such an account for ourselves? Let's take a look at a live interview in the capital of San Lorenzo, Bolivar, with one of his children, Newt Honecker. Take it away, Caleb.
Newt, I know you're a midget, but you don't seem that short to me.
Yeah, I know I'm short. No need to console me.
Okay. Though you do seem like you could use a little more humor in your life. From what I've heard, it's been a pretty rough one so far.
That's an understatement. I was the youngest of my family, and my dad had little time for any of us. And when he did, he actually scared me. One time he tried to play with me by making a cat's cradle, and his ugly face scared the living daylights out of me.
That sounds rough.
As the image festered in my brain, I became traumatized by the world's ability to shove ideas down people's throats. Just like the cat's cradle, I realized that the world always makes something out of nothing. There is no damn cat, there is no damn cradle, just a bunch of X's between fingers, but people still try to find meaning out of it.
So what's the meaning of your Russian scandal?
Well, I don't think I should say that on air.
Hey, you agreed to this interview. Besides, it's just information. Information's never hurt anyone.
Okay, my ex-wife Zinka, well, she turned out to be a Russian spy, and she brought Ice 9 to the Russians. I was just looking for love.
Well, that is surprising. I'm so sorry about what she's done to you. On that somber note, we return to Emily and Mackenzie in the studio.
Thanks, Caleb. Now moving on to the only daughter of Dr. Honecker, Angela.
Yes, when their mother died, Angela had to give up her social life to raise her brothers. Her only outlet was the clarinet, which she has mastered. Although Angela never dated in high school, she is now very content with her somewhat successful marriage.
Wow, that is heartbreaking, how she had to be the mother figure for those two boys.
I know. Well, on to the last of the Honecker kids.
Frank Honecker is the social outcast of the bunch. His father's neglectful parenting affected his social skills, and his focus turned to science. However, there is a silver lining to Frank's upbringing. He's recently engaged and in line to be the next president of San Lorenzo.
More on Frank's inauguration right after the break.
Come to tropical San Lorenzo. See the natives. Visit the palace of our glorious dictator, Papa Manzano. Witness an annual ceremony. Our little island is full of character. It's been peacefully conquered 7 times. That's more than any other country. The standard of living is so low your American money is worth heaps here, and our population density is so large you're bound to find something to enjoy, provided you look hard enough.
We love San Lorenzo!
So come to our humble Christian island, and if you don't, you'll get the hook. San Lorenzo. There's nothing here except fun.
Here we are at San Lorenzo's capital, where Frank Honecker is about to give his inauguration address. Let's see what he has to say.
Many people have come here today, and this is much appreciated. However, I will not be becoming your next president. I am a recluse, and I'm not good at dealing with people, their emotions, and their problems. So I declare my friend Jonah to be your next president, and as such, as the books of Bokanon have foretold, Jonah shall be marrying Mona.
Wow, this is quite the change of events. As you have just seen, Frank Honecker just handed the presidency and the hand of Mona to some guy named Jonah. This says a lot about Frank. He must be really bad with people, maybe even worse than his father. I bet he's the cold and calculating type, the one who has trouble understanding feelings and only sees problems to be solved, not actual people, just like his father, Dr. Honecker. I can't wait to see what the presidency of Jonah will bring to our people.
interesting bunch.
Yes, indeed. Felix, the innocent scientist, is motivated by his curiosity and moves between activities like a child.
Differing from their father, the kids of Honecker attempt to be normal despite their abnormalities.
Newt and Angela are motivated by love.
Well, that's an overgeneralization. Newt longs for someone who sees the world from his point of view. Angela, though longing for love, fakes having a perfect love with her husband. She lacked a childhood, so sticking with her husband, even though he's a heavy drinker and cheater, is only natural for someone without a childhood foundation. Since Angela was never taught she has self-worth, she couldn't possibly know she's deserving of a man that truly loves her.
Rough life. Unlike his siblings, Frank seems motivated by power. He craves the ability to communicate with others, and this weakness is his major flaw. The solution to his problem is Jonah. Frank believes that if Jonah was president, he could play puppeteer behind the scenes. But now the spotlight's on Jonah.
Jonah, well, we actually don't know much about Jonah, which is ironic since he becomes the dictator of San Lorenzo. What does that say about a nation that has a ruler no one knows or cares to know anything about? But he is the reason we are aware of all the people covered on this newscast, since he seems to be all over the place, meeting all sorts of people. He's really just an omniscient voice, it seems. We're told Jonah also became infatuated with a young woman, Mona Manzano, the daughter of the previous ruler of San Lorenzo, and performed a forbidden ritual with her, known as Boko Maru.
Yes, it's been rumored that this man is a Bokononist. I know. What's a Bokononist, you ask? Well, it's a strange religion focused on teaching lies to give men hope, created by a man named Bokonon. It's so sad how people would follow a religion strictly against our purely Christian nation.
And Bokonon's still missing. We've been chasing him for years and we still can't manage to catch him.
Quite an expert at hide and seek, is he?
Oh, yes, he is.
On a somewhat unrelated note, we go back to Caleb in the capital for information on a little event you might want to attend.
Today is the annual 100 Martyrs to Democracy celebration, commemorating San Lorenzo's contribution to the Second World War. As you might know, San Lorenzo's 100 Martyrs were troops to be sent to fight against the Axis. Yet before getting to America, the plane crashed for democracy. Just like America spread freedom to North Korea, China, and Vietnam, so did San Lorenzo. This event really goes to show how effective war is at promoting goodness around the globe. I'll be providing live coverage throughout the day. The events are starting soon, so don't be late.
Thanks, Caleb.
Wait, we are now receiving news that one of the ceremony planes has crashed into the Bolivar Palace.
That's not all. It seems Ice 9 has dropped into the ocean.
We might be going offline for a bit. Take cover.
Not like this, not like this.
I just found out that Frank Honecker had given our glorious former leader Papa Ice 9 in order to acquire his powerful position. Papa's corpse and the substance fell into the ocean following the plane crash.
Help me, Bokonon! I believed because they told me not to. Now save me!
No, Emily, no. They'll give you the hook.
The facade is up, Mackenzie. It doesn't matter now that the world's gone to hell. We're all Bokononists.
They're rolling.
Just play something.
He's out there, in the forest. Bokonon. If you see this man, turn him in immediately to the authorities. We can't have Bokononism or Bokonon in our Christian nation. So-called religious man and author of the books of Bokonon. He writes about controversial topics that most are too stupid to understand. We can't have that. In the books, Vonnegut Bokonon questions traditional views on religion, science, the military. This man is dangerous. His motives are unknown. But if I had to take a stab, I'd say he's trying to provoke thoughts and questions about traditional values and keep the people of San Lorenzo happy through his clearly fake religion. And if you are caught practicing Bokononism, you will be sentenced to the hook, for your safety. He's still out there. What are you waiting for? Catch him. Sponsored by San Lorenzo, a strictly Christian nation, at least on the outside.